Hey there, this is Joe at sloppyjoesshredshack, and today we are going to be reviewing the Marshall DSL100H from Marshall Amplification. Now, as you can tell, it seems like I'm one of those Marshall guys. I was sold when my old amplifier went down. I didn't really know what to do. I didn't have a ton of money at the time, so I went and bought one used on the used market. Duh, it's the used market. You're gonna obviously buy it used. That was the most redundant thing this guy has ever said. God. And at the time, I was playing 7-string guitars into, high gain amplifiers. I decided to sell all my 7-string guitars, switch over to a Gibson SG, which I no longer own. One of my buddies owns it. Kudos, Brad. Thanks for buying that thing, bud. I took a chance, and I didn't know what to expect, to be quite honest. I knew that a lot of my favorite players liked Marshalls. Big one right off the bat, Chuck frickin' Schuldiner of Death. That guy rules, man. Yngwie Malmsteen, I mean, quintessential Marshall guy. Like I was saying, I decided to take a chance and go with the Marshall. This amp is definitely more of a rock and roll amplifier. Not that you can't slam a TS9 right into the front of the preamp. It sounds awesome. I personally like to use compressors to slam the front of the preamp. I was playing in a hardcore crusty grind band for a while that's currently on hiatus. Not that that matters or anything. We don't need to know anything about your life, dude. Why are you saying anything? Ugh. But I slammed a compressor into the front of this amplifier and it turned into a whole nother beast. Threw a noise gate through the effects loop because I knew that it was going to be very noisy, to say the least. But today we're just going to be reviewing this more as in a rock and roll context, or maybe like early heavy metal or something like that. In the future, I might do some reviews on these amps that have to do more of like an extreme metal context. But today we're going to kind of be looking more at the functionality of these amplifiers. It's really versatile. Big fan of them. I'm going to take a walk over. We're just going to kind of look at the front panel and see where we can go from there. Now, as you can tell, it's a pretty simple front layout here. You have your reverb for the gain and clean channel. As you can see right there, you got a resonance and presence knob, a tone shift feature, which honestly, I don't use it because it's kind of useless. These are my settings that I usually use quite a bit. I mean, bass high, mids high, treble knock down a little bit. 2 lead channels, one with more of like a third channel on a Marshall triple super lead, and then you also have lead 1, which is more of a JCM 800-esque kind of feel. Then you got the channel select button. I mean, you can also use the foot switch that's provided. Not that we can see it. Ah, there we go. She's in there now. Then you also have a volume knob and a gain knob on the clean channel, with also another switch to switch between those two. One has more of like a really pristine clean tone, and the other has definitely more of a like a push JMP kind of sound. It sounds really good. Big fan of it. So we're going to go through some clean tones on both the clean channels, and then we are also going to go through some dirty tones on both of the distortion channels, or the crunch channels, whatever you want to call them. And then I'll hit the tone shift knob, I'll play with the resonance and presence knobs, and we'll just go from there. So my final thoughts on the Marshall DSL. It's great. It's great if you're into rock and roll. It's great if you're into, you know, old school heavy metal. If you're looking for a blackened heavy metal sound, that's your amp. It's awesome. The things that I don't like, the reverb channels are horrifyingly weak. Do you really need reverb? That's debatable. I use a Boss RV6 in my pedal board if I want to get reverb so that I can have a little bit more options. Yes, that's the word I'm searching for here. Other than that, it's a great sounding amplifier. That presence knob is extremely flexible. You can either have shrill high ends or really just toned down, almost like a flattened high section. So if you like this video, subscribe to the channel below, like the video obviously, and click that bell notification button. I will put links to the Marshall DSL right below this video, so if you want to kind of take a look at it and see it for yourself, go and do that. And to wrap things up here, you can follow me on Facebook at sloppyjoesshredshack. Type it in the search bar. I don't care what you do. Just type away. Or hit me up on Instagram. It's sloppyjoes_shredshack. That's my handle. Feel free to follow me. I'll post some dumb pictures, post some stupid clips, who knows. And let's talk guitar. Let's talk anything that's guitar related. If I don't respond, I apologize. I do have a day job. I'm not a millionaire considering I have 0 subscribers. Or maybe a little bit more than that, but not very many. And feel free to share this video on social media. That'd be great to get the word out. But hey, you have seen the Marshall DSL. I played it. I own 2 of them. You should get one. Why not? Like I was saying, links in the description. Later!